What is going on, everybody? For those who don't know, I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast post game Sixers live stream. The Sixers lose, win 107-98. I mean, it's a win. I never thought that the Sixers could be 2-1 in the first three games back. And I still feel this way because the biggest news of it all is Ben Simmons is now out with a leg injury. He did not return. Who knows how bad it's going to be? He had a really little limp. I don't know. I mean, it could be for precaution because, again, we were going against the Wizards. A left knee injury. That's what he left with. What's going on? MG Naz. What's going on, George? Brendan, like I said, another sloppy yet satisfying. The end result is satisfying, a Sixers W. But I mean, we're playing these teams who are definitely not at full capacity and they're giving us a run for our money. The offense at times looks how it is. It's good. It's good enough. The problem is our defense. This is the worst defense I've seen the Sixers play all year. I mean, we got Ben Simmons, Matisse Thybulle, Josh Richardson, the wing defenders. Tobias Harris is not a great defender, but he's not no slouch. Embiid looked really good. Yeah, Embiid really carried us with his 30 and 11. He carried the team. I mean, we shot pretty good. It's just, come on now. I mean, again, you got a guy like Ish Smith just looking like Chris Paul pretty much. He pretty much looked like Chris Paul, was able to dish it to his team. You got Tim Brown, Robinson looking good. And one of their young boys who's pretty good, that Hamachara dude, he shot 2 for 11. It was just everybody else. No Bradley Beal, no Bertans. What's going on, Philly girl? What's going on, Gene Pio? A win is a win, but honestly, we look better without him. Hey, I mean, we got a nice lead without him. You've seen as soon as Ben Simmons left the floor, the spacing open up. You got guys like Shake, Tobias, Ferk, even Matisse, spacing the floor out, and then you got Embiid really demanding the paint. Again, who on the Wizards can stay with Embiid? Not at all. I mean, 30 is good, but in this game, he could have scored whatever he wanted to. Ben's injury doesn't show any swelling or pain. That's good. Like I said, I saw that Ben Simmons wouldn't return with it. Knee injury. He never liked to mess with the knees, especially on a guy who prides himself at being explosive at the rim. No update that I heard of yet. Like I said, I kind of turned the game off right after it. What's going on, yeah, buddy? Eagle season, Simmons left ankle injury. It was a knee injury that I saw. But yeah, again, solid effort from Shake Milton. You see down the stretch, he had a key block. He had a key fadeaway, a three-pointer. Sometimes Tobias Harris gets a little bit too ISO happy. I saw one play where Shake was like, bro, I'm open. Pass me the ball. He didn't really say it, but you could see it in his face. Good W. Our defense needs work ASAP. I agree. That's the biggest downfall I see so far is the defense. I mean, we'll be able to put up a $120 multiple times. This one we were right around 107, early 100s. That's how we should be winning games. 110 to 101, 115 to 103. We shouldn't be allowing people to get a $120 on us. Again, our wing defense was good. I mean, the bad part of our team post-pandemic was the offense. We couldn't get nothing going on offense. But now it looks like the offense can do stuff, but the defense is just lackadaisy. It's like no defense out there. My bad, it was a left knee injury, yeah. Shake Milton played great. Another lead, almost lost, yeah. Again, it comes down to the fact that again, would we have loved to beat the Wizards by 20 because that's what they should be able to get beat by? But again, this bubble has been a little different for everybody. Look at the Bucks last night. The Bucks go ahead and get hurt by the G League Nets. You know what I'm saying? The Clippers lose to the Suns. Although it was a close game, they came back. Devin Booker with the ice in his veins. It's just teams are playing different. But what my biggest concern is our defense. Our defense. Another good bounce back game for Shake. Yes, definitely. You got to get Shake that contest. Mike, where don't you go? I don't know. Let me give it to you 1 second. 1 second. Let me get that. Let me just get my phone 1 second. Give me a minute. Wasn't a 2-possession game close to the end of the fourth quarter. I see no positives out of this game. Hey, again, it's not much positive when it comes on the defensive side. You cannot have the Wizards, like you said, a 2-possession game. Our biggest lead was 11, I believe. And again, it was one of them games where I felt like there was no way we could lose because we controlled the game. They went ahead in the third quarter a little bit, but it was just Ish Smith, Troy Brown, Robinson, Bryant. Like, what? Why are these guys looking good? Why are these guys looking good? The defense is where I'm like lost. I'm lost with how our defense is playing. Again, you got to go through Joel Embiid. Ben Simmons, I believe he can do so much if he just stays aggressive. I don't need him to shoot as much as everybody else does. I would love it. I just need him to stay aggressive. He's been so unaggressive in the bubble. But when he went out with that knee injury, the offense spaced the floor. We got a quick 10-point lead once he left because the offense spaced the floor and ain't nobody can stop Joel Embiid on the Wizards. Nobody. 2 good games in a row by Shake. The kid can play. Yeah, I like it. I like him. And he doesn't get too high. He doesn't get too low. He stays cool. He comes into the game like he's a veteran, but he's a young guy who just got off the G League. You don't see that much. You see guys like this who get hyped for their scoring or their minutes. He stays right there. Solid. Al Horford played 26 minutes with 2 points. What was the point of that? Yeah. Al Horford did not play good at all. I mean, again, Burks got 20 minutes this game, dropped 9 points. And again, I'm glad to see that Raul Neto got a DMP. I don't know what happened. I guess Brett Brown's hearing all these content creators, whether it be DJ Eastwood, Philly Take with RB, me. He played Neto 0 minutes with Ben Simmons going out in the third quarter. Ben Simmons shot a 3, missed. Oh, yeah. But again, I'm just talking about the aggressiveness attacking. See, when he moved to the 4, I thought he was going to just get at the rim more as well with Joel Embiid. I thought he was going to be the guy setting the picks and roll into the basket. Joel Embiid dominated. He dominated, but this is the kind of game he should dominate. I need him to dominate when he's going against Marc Gasol, Rudy Gobert, how AD did the other day. AD dropped 42 on Gobert's head. So I need him to dominate against guys like Gasol, Gobert, the Greek Freak, Bam Adebayo for the Heat. I need to see this. And I'm not saying he can't. I believe he can. I'm a big Joel Embiid supporter. I still think he's the guy. He's the key to this whole thing. You need your role players to play. You need some from Tobias, Jay Rich, Shake. You need Ben Simmons to be aggressive. He needs to take more than 6, 7 shots a game. He's a guy who has to attempt 10. But it was a good win in the sense that, Ben Simmons went down third quarter. But the Wizards didn't have Beal, Bertans. I mean, it's hard to be excited on a close win. Like I said, if you just think about what the Sixers did, they're 2-1 since the restart. But it's a very unexcited 2-1 because we lost to the Pacers without Sabonis and Brogdon. We beat the Spurs without LMA. And we beat the Wizards without Bradley Beal. And we didn't just beat the Wizards handily. We didn't beat the Spurs handily. We came close. What happened to Simmons is he hurt. Left knee injury. He was able to walk off. He had a little limp to his walk, but I mean, he still was able to walk off. Again, Tobias dropped 17, Richardson 15, Shake 14. Ben Simmons shot 2 for 10 before he went out, so at least he's getting shots up. Good game, right, dude? Like I said, it's a win. If you look at the Sixers in the bubble, we're 2-1. It's a very unexcited 2-1. It's a scary 2-1 to say the least, because the 2-1 overall, you're like, all right, that makes perfect sense. 2-1, that's what we need to do. 8 games, we were going to go 7-1, 6-2, 5-3. But again, we're playing these teams who are not fully there. And with them not being fully there, the Spurs shouldn't have been able to hang with us, even though they're greatly coached by Greg Pop. The Wizards really shouldn't have been able to hang with us. And we let these teams hang around. The defense is at an all-time low. I've never seen a defense play this bad. I've never seen a defense play this bad. I was trying to see if you had a content. Can't find you. Do you have content? Nah, what do you think about Tobias handling the offensive load today? I think he ISOs a little bit too much. He gets a little bit too happy. I mean, he did a step back to the side, and he just completely airballed it. He airballed it big time. I like Shake it down the stretch. Like I said, had a big three, had a fadeaway. Joel Embiid is going to be Joel Embiid. Fouled out with like 8 seconds left. But I need to see Joel Embiid get up for these other games as well. Nothing taken away from him because he's that dude. We're only going to go as far as Embiid takes us because the other guys are going to contribute. But when in doubt, he got to be the one to get you that 25, 30 to keep you in the game. I don't know, man. It was rough. I missed a little bit of the first quarter because I was out. I was driving back home. But my goodness, we cannot be allowing teams like the Wizards, who don't have two of their best players, to hang with us. We have balanced scoring on offense. Defense can take us to the Eastern Conference Finals. We need Joe and Ben to step up on D. Sky's the limit. The defense, if we were playing post-pandemic defense with the offensive movement, because you're getting good minutes from Shake. Josh Richardson is finally seeing his thing. Again, 19 points against the Spurs, 15 points today. I haven't seen him do that in a minute. Josh Richardson was giving us straight doo-doo games for a while. So the mixture of guys is good. It's good. The offense is not as bad. I mean, yeah, we're missing some shots. I think we shot 42% today, which is not bad at all. But again, the defense is at an all-time low. It's at an all-time low. The pick-and-roll defense is just pathetic. Now, they didn't hit us with that much. It was just Ish. Ish was looking like Chris Paul out there. Ish Smith. But overall, again, we got the W. 107-98. That's a 9-point win. It was a lot closer than that because it was 2-possession game down the stretch. 9-point win. The biggest lead was 11. They led in the third by 2 or 4. It was one of them games that no matter who was leading, you just knew the Sixers weren't going to lose. Like, there was no way they could blow this. Against the Spurs is different because you got a well-coached team. You got some players, Derek White, Dejounte Murray. You got players who play. This was a bunch of backups. How can I upload a picture? It's easy. You just go to your regular YouTube. You click on your icon. When you click on your icon, it should say edit, and you upload a picture. But, yeah, this ain't going to be long because, like I said, I missed some of the first quarter, got home, watched the game. I actually got to make a run. I accidentally dropped my Eagles video while I was driving home. I mean, while this game was going on. I don't know why it's been taking a long time to upload, so I don't know. But what up, Coach Philly Mike? You already know. Like I said, we talking some Sixers. But, yeah, it's nothing to get excited about. But we are 2-1. If you want to look at the end of the day results, we're 2-1 in the bubble. I mean, you had the Bucks play horrible against the Nets. You had the Clippers lose to the Suns, albeit what's his name, Devin Booker, late jumper. You still got to factor in we're 2-1. It's an ugly 2-1, but 2-1. Mike, you doing a chat this weekend? Yeah, we definitely got BBP this weekend. What up, Philly Mike? What's going on, Ryan, bro? How you guys doing? How you doing, I mean? Take a shot. Yeah, you already know. But, look, Ben Simmons, hopefully that knee's not bad. I mean, again, he walked off the court. He walked in the back. You can see he was walking gingerly, a little limp in his step. But he looked good. He looked good. I don't think it's going to be long, but I do think because we're 2-1, I mean, we already got our spot. I want to play the Celtics in round 1. So there's no reason to push Ben Simmons back. Let's see how this team does with more spacing. I don't know. I'll never say we look good without Ben Simmons, but we did gain a quick lead without Ben Simmons just because the spacing opened up for Embiid. And again, it depends on what team you're going against. A team like this where they got no answer for Joel Embiid. There's nobody on the Wizards who can stop him. If you get him spaced out, let Joel Embiid eat. That'll be the game. We are such a poorly coached team, bro. Too much standing around. Hey, I agree 100%. You don't ever see no motions. You don't see no movement. You don't see no double screens. You don't see no plays. It's a lot of ISO ball. It's ISO with Tobias. It's ISO with Ben. It's ISO with Joel Embiid. It's a pick. Never mind. I'm not going to finish it. I thought Ben Simmons moving to the floor, we were going to see him as the main pick and roll guy. He's too fast for a big man, and he's too big for a small forward. So it's beautiful. I mean, a power forward. I am really good on weekdays, and same goes on weekends. Yeah, that's what's up. I hear you right there. How do you think we match up against Boston round 1? I like it. The guards are going to be hard. Again, we've seen in this reset that the Sixers are really having a hard time defending the pick and roll. And you got a lot of pick and roll guards over there. I do love the matchup down low for Joel Embiid. He should average 30 in this. I mean, Cantor can't guard him. Tice can't guard him. He should be able to eat, but I am a little worried about the guard play because, again, post-pandemic, I think one of our high sides was our defense. Now our defense looks at an all-time low. You're not fighting through screens. You're trying to go around screens. You're getting beat off the isolation. I just think that there's too many shooters over there in Miami. You got a guy like Jimmy who can really, take over a game. You got Bam Adebayo, who's not as big as Embiid, but can play him pretty tough, along with like some of our other bigs. Again, I think Jason Tatum will kind of shrink a little bit. He went his first game back against the Raptors. What did he have shoot like? He had like 5 points, like 2 for 18. So I like the matchup against the Celtics. But the pick and roll defense, the fact that we're 2-1 sounds good. But when you bring the context into it, that Ben Simmons hasn't been as aggressive as we want. The defense has been bad. We lost to the Pacers, who didn't have 2 of their best players. Beat the Spurs, who didn't have their best player, and beat the Wizards, who didn't have their best player. And it really came down to the end for both of them. Amazing YouTuber, what's going on? Any thoughts on who should be next Sixers coach? I'm cool for a guy like maybe Kenny Atkins or Mark Jackson. I don't really know if I want a college coach to come up who was promising, because I don't know. I want a guy who's really going to lay it down for these guys. That's what I think they're missing, that hard-nosed coach, a guy who like Mark Jackson, who's not going to be playing around. There's too much playing around in the Sixers organization. But again, you can't really complain off a W. But if you could, this would be something to complain about. The lackadaisy defense, the fact that the Wizards, who shouldn't even be invited to the bubble without Bradley Beal, Bertans, and them dudes, it's not good. Now, again, our biggest lead was 11. We got outscored in the paint. Last I saw was 42-38. I know Embiid got some buckets in the paint, so maybe it jumped up a little bit. What are your thoughts about Ben Simmons injured again? It's a knee. It's not the back. At least it's different. The knee is nothing to joke about. I'm definitely curious to see how bad it is, but he walked into the locker room himself. You could see that him walking gingerly, but it didn't look as bad as it could have been. I still got my phone's charging right now. I can't give out wrenches without my phone being charged, so give me a second. But yeah, again, when you look at it's the Wizards. They shouldn't have been invited to the bubble. But a W is a W. Overall, we're 2-1. It's 2-1. It's an ugly 2-1, but it could be worse. We could have lost to the Spurs. We could have lost to the Wizards. Then there'd be no reason to have hope for this team until Brett Brown is gone, because that's our biggest Achilles heel. I mean, it's a players' league, and I believe the players got to play. Like, Brett Brown is not making these guys miss. He's not doing that. But there's, again, some poor rotations when it comes to how long Al Horford and Embiid are on the floor together. Today, he did not play Neto, which was good. Alex Burke dropped 9 points in 20 minutes off the bench. Furkan, I think he uses him at the wrong time. Furkan has been letting us down too, though. But we need someone to say, Ben Simmons, shoot the ball. again, post-injury today, he was shot 10 times. So that's what I want to see. He could let him struggle now. Let this team struggle during the bad teams. But if this is us struggling during the bad teams, it's one thing. If this is how we're going to play, we're not going to be able to play with the Heat, the Bucks, the Raptors. Even though they get their fair share of struggling too. I said this earlier in the stream. I'm gonna say it again. Did any of you guys watch the Bucks versus the Nets? Like, really? It's rough out there for a lot of NBA teams in the bowl. It's rough. So maybe this is just a lingering effect on everybody, and we're not as bad as we think. So I'm gonna take that out for a little bit. Bryce Harper was hurt today too. I don't even know. To be honest, I didn't pay attention to that. But yeah, so this wasn't going to be that long anyways, because like I said, I got to run out. That's my thoughts. He said, John Wall fan club. Wizards fan here. Just wanted to say good game, y'all. Embiid's a bad man. Best of luck the rest of the season, and hope Simmons is okay. A shout out to you, my guy, for your young boys. Your young boys came in and balled. You got guys like I said, Tim Brown got some potential in him. I like that other dude. I forgot his name is Hamachu or something like that. I can never say his name. He shot 2 for 11, but I like him, his potential. That Robinson dude, Ish been floating around the league, but he was crossing our guys up. So shout out to you for coming through. Appreciate you, my guy. And thanks for, not too many fans will come to another person's thing and, give them their props. Like I said, you guys hung in there for a team that don't have their star in Bradley Beal, who don't have their shooter in Bertans. I mean, you guys did really well. You guys did really well. A lot better than I thought, to be honest. The bug bite in Philly, I don't know. Again, it was gingerly walking, but he was able to walk off, to say the least. So I'm not going to say that he legitly is hurt. Hopefully not. We'll get some updates sooner or later, letting us know. But hey, if I'm Brett Brown, which I don't know what Brett Brown would do, nobody can really think what Brett Brown would do. No matter what, I'm playing this precautious. I'm taking my precaution on this subject. If he wants to play next game, I might not let him automatically. The fact is, he needs to be good for the playoffs because we need a full, healthy team. But like I said, if you're new to the channel, make sure you smash that like button. If you're not new, still smash that like button. And also subscribe because we do, I don't know why I got this one on here, but we do Eagles and Sixers content all day. We do live streams. We do regularly scheduled programs. We drop videos almost daily, whether it be a live stream and or a video. But yeah, I appreciate y'all for coming out. What do y'all think? Again, I said kind of my piece. I thought it was a win. It was a win. We won. Is it anything that I'm going to be like, yeah, well, I see we corrected this. I see we did this. Nah, we didn't do none of that. We didn't correct none of that. So, I don't know. We play to competition. Got to bring our A game. Playoffs coming soon. Yeah, you already know. With all that being said, thank you guys for watching. Like I said, smash that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. We got Sixers and Eagles content almost daily. On that note, you guys know what time it is. I think we have a great team, just bad coaching. That's another thing. I can't wait to see what this team looks like post Brett Brown. That is when I'm going to get my real determination. Can this team win with Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons? Can we win with Tobias Harris? We all know where Al Horford stands. He needs to be on the bench with the second unit. But I'll figure all that out then. With all that being said, thank you for your... You know what time it is.